What do you think about the pool? Do you have any thoughts? I mean, where are you hoping to see it go? Anything like that? Let's start there.
Okay, well, that's always a big topic because as soon as people found out that I was going to be a write-in candidate, that's one of the first questions that came up, actually, was the pool. And as I said to those individuals, I said a lot would depend on funding, not just to get the pool up and running, but to carry on maintenance, the cost of chemicals, the cost of personnel to operate it, because none of that money is in a budget at this time. And of course, the Park District is limited under the PTEL tax law. And of course, so the revenue is tight, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see something, maybe even possibly in the future, of a more year-round type facility, if that's possible. A facility that's only going to be used for 120 days a year or less, financially, from a financial aspect, is probably going to be very difficult to justify or to maintain because of the extreme cost. But a year-round facility that could be utilized year-round might be more practical. But of course, we'd have to look at joint funding. We'd have to partner with Dixon City, some of the other organizations, to all make it happen, because it'd be a very expensive project.
Right, and that's my second question is, you know, how do you, what ideas do you have to bring in new funding? I mean, would you like to see more of a partnership with the city or with the county, perhaps? I mean, most people in the county don't necessarily live within the Park District limits, you know, but they still use the Park District pretty regularly. So, I mean, do you have any ideas about that? How to bring in funding?
Yeah, the funding, basically, because of the PTEL tax law,
Right.
which a lot of people don't quite understand that whole system, but that limits the amount that the parks or any governmental agency within the county can levy as far as the tax rate. Currently, for 2014, people that pay the taxes in 2014, the Park District's tax rate was like 0.49%. So it's a very small percentage so there is limited funding. We would, for additional revenue, we definitely would have to look at partnerships more with the city as far as revenue source. As far as other programming and things to be able to expand, you know, I'd like to see more cooperative efforts with some of the other local entities. Like, you know, our parks are not just for those that are going to be involved in physical activities. The parks, a lot of it, and of course through the Park District's Nature Center, a lot of that gets done, education-wise. But I'd like to see even more, maybe a partnership with the city library. You know, maybe do some kind of a literacy study or classes or something along that line. And with the Illinois Extension Office, they offer a lot of programming that can be tied in with the Park District. So there's another avenue for us to approach. And then as far as additional funding, of course, we all know that the state grants they're either all froze or they're going to be very limited, I mean, in the near future.
Right.
I mean, not to say that won't change down the road, but for now, it's probably not a likelihood that you're going to be seeing gigantic state grants until the state of Illinois cleans its financial house. But there is the option of going with major corporations and seeing if we can get any grant programs through any of them. So that's an avenue that we might explore for some additional financial. And if we have a specific project that we want, again, raising funds just for that specific project through some kind of a donation campaign, something along those lines. I know that, I know myself, it seems like we're always being approached for something to be giving money to or to help out. But for worthwhile projects, the door is always open for that possibility.